Hi guys, Merry Christmas for those of you who celebrate. No matter what it is you're doing today, I hope you're having a great one. For today's video, I wanted to keep it pretty lighthearted before we get into the best of 2015, which is what I will be doing next week before the new year. But today, I wanted to kind of keep it light, and I was brainstorming some ideas. My boyfriend actually suggested I do a wish list type of video for 2016. Things that I would love to see brands come out with in the new year. So I kind of gathered a wish list for myself, and then I would also love to know what you guys would like to see in the coming year. They're also kind of obtainable. They're more like, you know, this is something I really like. I would love to see more shades in this line, stuff like that. So I'll break it down for you guys, and I will start off with drugstore. So to make sure this video isn't all about things that don't even exist, because it is a wish list, I will show you the products that I really like and then let you guys know what I would like to see from it in 2016. So I'll start off with one of my favorite blushes of all time, and this is the Maybelline Master Highlight. This one right here is called Pink Rose, and this one is called Mauve, which is great for the fall and winter. These are very glowy blushes. They don't have a lot of glitter particles in them. It's really a nice sheen, a nice glow to the cheeks. Because I love these so much, I would love to see them come out with more shades in 2016, similar to the amount of Milani's baked blushes. Milani baked blushes is another kind of blush that I love from the drugstore. So here's an example right here, the classic Luminoso, and they have quite a few shades. So just like the Milani blushes, I would love to see more come from Maybelline, specifically the Master Highlight, because I think these are great. If you haven't tried these yet, I really recommend it. Don't let the packaging fool you, because I don't like how messy this packaging is. It's not sleek at all, but the product itself is gorgeous. Another product from the drugstore that I love for a really nice glowy cheek is this Wet n Wild Fergie Shimmer palette. This one right here is in Rose Golden Goddess, and this one is Rose Champagne Glow. These are beautiful high quality powder highlighters, and I think the drugstore could definitely use more high quality highlighters like this. So if they could come out with more shades, I think that would be great for all kinds of skin tones. And the two that I see all the time are these right here. I also was looking for Hollywood Boulevard, which was limited edition, and I was never able to get my hands on it. So if you have Hollywood Boulevard, good for you. I really wanted to get that one. So if they just came out with more, or maybe made Hollywood Boulevard permanent, that would be awesome. But yeah, I would just love to see more highlighters in the drugstore, and this is a really good one. Another thing I would love to see more of in the drugstore in 2016 are palettes like this. This is incredible that L'Oreal came out with really big palettes that almost look like the Urban Decay Naked palettes in terms of how much product you're getting. The problem with L'Oreal is when they came out with these palettes, I think they were just kind of late to the game. I think if L'Oreal released this palette closer to when the original Urban Decay Naked palette came out, then it would have been a lot more of a hot ticket item. So this part of the wish list is kind of twofold, because one, I would love to see more palettes come out like this. So I love that they did this, but I would like to see them have more interesting color schemes, because this has definitely been done. The second one is pretty nice, kind of like the Tartelette palette, the original Tartelette palette. It's kind of like a purpley tone to it, and it's really pretty. It makes it a little bit more unique, but the first one is very bland, especially when you don't have a lot of pigmentation. It kind of just all starts to look the same, but I think Wet n Wild just did a great job already with these and having different pops of interesting shades, especially this one right here that you guys know I love. I talk about it a lot. So yeah, something like this, maybe take note from Wet n Wild to come out with a palette that is a little bit more different finishes, unique shades, and you can still have your neutrals in there, of course, but something to set it apart, because there's so many nude palettes out right now. It doesn't really make sense to me to have another version of that come out if the pigmentation isn't beyond anything else that's already out there. Another thing I would love to see more of in 2016 in the drugstore is more contouring options that are on the cooler side, because I see a lot of warm options, like warm toned bronzers. So I have a couple options here that I actually do like, but we could use more, I think. This one right here is the NYX Powder Blush in Taupe. They have reformulated and repackaged these, so this is the older version, the old school version of Taupe, but this is a blush that a lot of people love to use for contour. And even this is actually pretty warm if you compare it to the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. I did talk about it in my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder video, but it's very cool tone compared to a lot of other options out there in the drugstore. Another one that I really like is this Wet n Wild contour palette, and it comes with a matte highlight shade and the contouring powder. So these are good options, but if the drugstore brands could come out with some more, I think that would be great. Maybelline is releasing, or has released actually, a new contouring palette for the new year, and it has a contouring powder, a highlighter, and a blush in one. It is a trio in a palette, and I did order that on the Ulta website, so that should be coming in the next few days, so I'll let you guys know what I think of it. But just looking at the swatches or what's online out there, it looks like a pretty warm contour. And I just talked to my friend Rachel about this, how it just looked a little bit too warm, and we prefer something that's a little bit more on the gray side. So I'm still going to try it out just because I'm curious. We don't have a lot of options at the drugstore, so I think it's worth checking out. But yeah, if more brands could come out with something that's a little bit more gray toned, I think that would be great in 2016. So another thing on my wish list is actually something that is coming back in 2016, so I'm very excited about it. Wanted to throw it out there anyway in case you didn't know about this. So the Milani Amore Matte Lip Creams. These are gorgeous liquid lipsticks. They are matte, and I think the formula is amazing. I'm not a big liquid lipstick person, but I do love these. They're actually bringing them back in 2016. I believe it's in January, so very soon. And Milani said that they are going to be permanent, and they're also going to be releasing new shades. So I am really interested in that. I would love to see how they look in person. I've seen some sneak peek photos like through Snapchat and on Instagram, but I would love to see them in person. And I don't know if they're already out there. Please let me know if you guys have already seen them. I think they're not out yet. I'm really looking forward to these becoming permanent. That was a really smart thing to do for Milani because they were very, very popular. And the one high-end item I have on my wish list for 2016 is another Lorac Unzipped palette. I did finally get the original Unzipped palette in the last few months. I love it, and I had the gold one first. I don't really like this one. I know it has pretty good reviews online, but after playing with it and swatching it, and I love gold, I still don't really like it. I think a lot of the shades don't really have a lot of pigmentation and they don't blend very well, but the original is phenomenal. So this is the original, and I mentioned this in my mauve products video because of this shade in particular, but overall the color scheme is very much a mauve palette. I would love to see in 2016 another unzipped palette, but another theme like taupe. I am a big taupe eyeshadow person. When you look at a taupe eyeshadow, it doesn't look like much. It just kind of looks like a bland, like, is it beige? Is it gray? Is it grayish? I don't really know. And I don't remember where I read it. It may have been Tantalia's blog, but someone had left a comment about how she wishes this was more of a taupe color scheme. And although I'm fine with the gold, I just wish it came with better quality eyeshadows. But if they came out with a third unzipped palette and it was kind of that taupe theme, I would be all over it. I'm a big fan of taupe eyeshadow. It's my favorite kind. That's why one of my favorite eyeshadows at the moment is the L'Oreal Infallible Eyeshadow in Bronze Taupe. That is my go-to everyday eyeshadow. So those are some of the things on my wish list for 2016. Let me know in the comments if you have anything that you would love to see from makeup brands in the next year. This doesn't have to be anything specific, but if you, I don't know, want to see a new Urban Decay Naked palette come out next year, or you would love to see more liquid matte lipsticks come from the drugstore, which, by the way, I did just order off the Ulta website since Maybelline came out with some new ones. Hopefully that order is coming in soon, like in the next week, so I'll let you guys know what I think of those. So yeah, not really a standard video for me, but I thought it was kind of fun to talk about what we would like to see in the new year. So I hope you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see from 2016. I know we've talked about it every now and then on Instagram since we like to share what some of the new releases are, and we usually chime in with, oh, that looks great, but I would like to see more of this or more of that. Maybe a new lipstick line came out, but they didn't have enough really dark shades, or they didn't have enough nudes. Whatever it may be, let me know what it is in a comment, and that is it for now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Merry Christmas, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye!